Dum 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 dum! I am the adventurer Boomeranger. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Scythe back again for another Trove patch notes. And this one is a very exciting patch because, haha, it has introduced the new class, the Boomeranger. I know that they call him the Boomeranger. I'm gonna call him the Boomeranger, or Link, or Lonk. And because this class is so absolutely awesomely amazing, let's see if we can get up to 40 likes today. I'll be a little bit more greedy and put 10 more on the pile. Link, he come to town, he come to save the Princess Zelda. Haha, mortals, look at you down there. This guy is absolutely amazing. So many shoutouts to classic Nintendo characters. He is just Link from Zelda, but he also has Mario's jump. I guess that's because Link doesn't normally jump. But let's just jump right into the patch notes without further ado. Of course, there will be a proper class tutorial, hopefully out today, for this guy, so I'm gonna have to try and rush that and have a little bit of fun with it. I also got a couple great ideas, if I do say so myself, that I will not spoil, for costumes and mods and stuff that I want to definitely work on with this guy. So, Master of the Bow and Blade, because this guy can use a bow and a sword. Bomb and Boomerang. The Boomeranger is now live and blah, blah, blah. So, just a short recap is that one is, of course, this place is not, yeah. One, of course, is a big bomb that can normally level a whole tree. It causes a lot of damage and stuff, and as you can see with the cooldown at the bottom, if you throw your boomerang and catch it, it actually brings your cooldown down a bit. But we'll get into the proper class tutorial with the class tutorial, because that'll be a lot quicker than this patch notes today, because there's quite a bit of things to actually mention today. The Flask update. So, Flasks are now split into two parts, vials and emblems. You can now equip one vial, which grants health and a number of charges, plus 2 emblems. So let us go to our flask right here. You can see they got rid of all the old flasks. They're not there anymore, but not to worry, because I guess they mentioned it at the end, but if you had any of the other flasks, and hopefully you did, because yeah, hopefully you did, but otherwise they converted into emblems. So by the looks of things, it doesn't look like we had all the flasks. I don't know. I mean, I actually had all the flasks, but maybe they didn't all convert. I don't know. But the flasks now are ridiculously overpriced, like always. Like, I mean, look at this, like 20,000, like seriously, absolutely ridiculously overpriced, because they're trying to push their new pack right here for $20, which is a good deal if you want to have a million zillion flasks. Yeah. Oh, it also comes with the Boomeranger class, so, oh well, I guess I could have not got him, because I'll probably end up getting that pack, but we shall see, just because otherwise you're spending months getting these. And, well, maybe not. We'll see. I don't know, because it's not that important to get all of them. They're really cool, though, the ranging effects that they have, which they actually talk about here. The new emblems are 50% energy regeneration for a medium duration, 100% health for a medium duration, double physical damage, area of effect, friendly heal. So they're actually working on some friendly abilities now, so that's pretty cool. But I just want to point out the double physical damage actually stacks on top of the ally, so you can have this one with the 20% physical and the flask on top of it, which gives you even more, like it's just so overpowered, man. You could be so OP now. Area effect friendly energy regeneration. Reduce cooldowns is a good one, especially for this class, because if you will have noticed at the bottom middle, he doesn't actually use energy, he just has cooldown. So really cool that they actually tried something a little bit different with this guy. They also have summon physical damage scaling Shadow Strike. What that means, what that translates into in English, is that it summons an ally that is going to do physical damage to enemies. Basic attacks lifesteal for a medium duration, increase attack speed and movement speed for a short duration, and automatically attack. Not sure what that one means, unless you use the flask and then he would just start attacking automatically and you wouldn't have to hold any buttons. I honestly, I'm a little bit confused about that one. I don't know. We've also added a new vial that automatically triggers when you are about to die. That's that other one that's worth 20k. Yeah, right. All existing flasks have been converted to the appropriate vial or emblem. The starter vial, formerly the starter flask, has been reduced in health by 10% and quantity by 2. So it's 8 charges and 40% health regeneration instead of 10 charges and 50% health regeneration. So that's pretty harsh for new people, but it doesn't really matter because, I mean, as far as the early game is concerned, it's not like you end up running into that many problems with your health and stuff. If you find yourself low on qubits, which of course everybody is, I'm sure, like look at these, we could buy like 4 flasks and then, or 4 emblems I should say, and then we would already be broke. But if you find yourself low on qubits, they are going to be adding more golden thread. Golden thread is the quest line that they have in the game, which we've already got all of them out of the way. Almost everybody did. So that's going to be really cool that they're going to actually start adding more ways of getting different qubits so that you can unlock a better vial soon. Now, monster mechanics, this is updated as well. Hopefully we can run into a boss monster while I'm in the middle of explaining this. Let's just go to this area right here. I've seen one of the new effects, but only one. So let's just rush to a dungeon while I read these off and try to focus on that while searching for a dungeon. So it's gonna be a little tricky to multitask. Oh, perfect. There we go. So boss monsters now have more variety in special powers they spawn with. You will now die in more interesting ways. Oh, thank you. Boss monsters can now spawn a copy of themselves with lower health. So that's pretty cool that it actually duplicates itself. As far as I know, the devs mentioned that it might end up like it can spawn another boss. Like, even though it spawns a duplicate of itself with lower health, it can still have its own unique effect. So if it ends up having the same effect where it spawns a duplicate of itself, potentially you could run into a duplicate, a duplicate, a duplicate, a duplicate, and it could be really, really cool if you get that lucky, I would call it, because, yeah. Then they also have pull you in. Okay, so what that translates into, I love that explanation, it's so bad, but what that translates into is an enemy boss. It looks like we got a new effect over here actually. Is this the one where he duplicates himself, or is this a Nova? I'm not sure what this one is actually. Or is this the one where he's pulling us to him? Yep, there it is, perfect. So it just pulls you in close to him so he can damage you a lot more and stuff, which I think is actually a good ability because you always want to be in the face of the monster anyway, and it's not like you were ever away from the boss, except maybe if there's like a sniper or something, but I don't know. That ability is really, really cool, and I really like the video effects on it, but it's kind of pointless overall. They also have bosses that shoot lasers, shoot a bullet nova. Now, for anyone that's played, we'll just skip this. For anyone that's played Diablo, those games, they know what a nova is. Nova is the ability where it just goes poof and shoots like a circle of, I guess, bullet nova. Is this guy a new effect? No, he's just a teleporter. But it's gonna shoot like a big ton of... Can we get our chickens? Yeah, we got our killer chickens. Awesome. But it just shoots out an ability that goes in like all directions and hurts everybody. Stop you from multi-jumping. That's like the Gravitron enemy. It makes it so that you can only jump once, which again is pretty useless for a boss. Unless you were like doing like a platforming boss. I'm not exactly sure what that would be about. Spawn spiders, and these spiders they actually didn't even say in the patch, so I'm surprised about that. They're really not packing on the details for this patch, are they? But spiders actually do a unique effect now. Not normal spiders, just the ones that bosses spawn, where they actually catch you in their web, and you are like 10 times slower while you're affected by it. I don't think normal spiders do that now. Spawn mushrooms, which you must destroy or be overrun. Haven't seen that one yet. I'm really excited to hear that you can get overrun, so maybe he just keeps spawning mushrooms, which... I mean, I guess it's an ally enemy, so those mushrooms probably aren't going to drop any experience points. Otherwise, that would be a great way to farm. And then there's have a damage shield that turns on periodically. I guess that's just like a damage buff. I don't know why they call it a damage shield, unless it shields them from damage. Yeah, that's more likely. Anyway, I gotta scroll down the page here. New in the store, the adventure pack is now live. Features the Boomerang, both costumes, 7 flasks. By the way, his costumes are... very plain. like always, they always start out, the first costumes that the devs always make for the new class are always so plain. Maybe they're doing that on purpose, I don't know. The pirate captain seemed to have a pretty cool assortment of new costumes though, but this guy, they're very basic. Like, it's still cool, but it's like there's the dark suit that you can see right there. He's got a little bit more detail in his shoulder pads, and you can't really see it, but he's got like a bigger travel backpack instead of this tiny one. So it's pretty cool, that's for darn sure, but I'm really excited to see what people end up modding in. I've got a couple ideas of my own too. Chaos chests have been randomized. It's a party week. Party is up to the... What? Party it up with some party animals and club phones. Okay, or a ladybug. There's also a rare chance of getting stormcaller wings out of it too. Also, if we type in /welcome, the next patch is going to have shadow pinatas and new store deals. Alright, I don't know what a shadow pinata is, but that sounds really interesting. Maybe it gives you shadow arena stuff for like shadow hearts and stuff, I don't know. Mechanics, now this is where it gets the most exciting as far as this patch is concerned, at least for me, where we're at the end game. Spikes, flamethrower traps, and fireball traps have had their damage greatly reduced. That is fantastic because otherwise they were extremely overpowered. You would always end up dying from a trap. Even when you're in like the noob area, they would hurt you like as much as the later areas did, so that's actually really cool because otherwise it's like 3 hits on a spikes and you're dead. Mastery level has been boosted up to 160 now. Holy crap. But it's been boosted up to 160. There are currently, as far as I know, there's no rewards for it yet. No rewards for it yet. So we're gonna end up getting 1, 2, 3, 4 rewards whenever they end up introducing it. Hopefully it's gonna be some cooler prizes than a golden fishing rod and stuff like that though. But really excited about that. It's just saying, you know, don't worry, all rewards will be granted retroactively as soon as they add them into the game. This one is actually one of the best features because it changes one of the core mechanics of the game, and it's been a very long time since the devs have actually gone out of their way to code something like this, other than just like adding classes and stuff must be easier than doing stuff like this, where tired of dragging stuff out of your personal chest in order to craft? Us too. Crafting now will use items in your personal chest as well as the ones in your inventory. So that's fantastic because that means we don't need to keep going back and forth between our personal chest. We can just just go to crafting and it'll just show it right there. So even right now we could just do this and it would I guess it would allow us. Wait, would it? I wonder. It says we have 40 shadow fragments. Do we have that on us? No, we don't. So that is in our personal chest. So that's really cool because then you'll never have to take your shadow fragments and stuff out of your personal chest. That is fantastic. Mechanics. When buying from NPCs, currency will now also be magically whisked away from your personal chest. That's a big one, especially for me, where I have all my glim in my personal chest, and sometimes I would run into a pirate ship and it's like, hey, I want to buy something from this. Oh wait, I don't have my glim on me, and by the time you leave and come back, the shop may have randomly swapped its selection because they end up doing that, right? And then the final things, bug fixes and polish. Not too much on this today. Unlocks granted through codes now work properly. I know that there was a couple people that were running into some problems with putting in like Roboraptor codes and stuff like that, so hopefully that'll have sorted things out for them. Added /FOV to temporarily set your camera's field of view. Absolutely no clue what that effect is. I can type it right now, /FOV. Doesn't seem to appear to do anything at all. I wish that they had the option where I could stop the camera right here and then we could continue on adventuring and stuff like that while the camera was like way out here. So we could actually have the camera out here and maybe we could be down in that desert. And of course there would be proper draw distance and stuff, but that would just be fantastic for me personally because then I would be able to get better title cards and stuff like that. Like we would be able to fly right now, /FOV, and we could turn the camera around and actually see our character flying kind of like he is now, but like a bit more proper, you know? So I didn't even know I could take a screenshot like that, but still, I wish that they had something like that. Fixed a typo in the Kandorian Caterpillar's flavor text. Not sure what that is. Fixed a bug causing death sounds not to play in some cases. So apparently they still haven't fixed any of the huge big game breaking bugs. game breaking as far as Trove is concerned. But anyway, that's gonna be it for the patch notes today. They already did have, let me actually see this right here before we call it for the patch notes, because they already had a hotfix come out. What is this? Fixed for the crashes. Okay, hopefully the game isn't gonna crash as much. I'm sure they haven't fixed all of the crashes. Fixed for old flasks sometimes remaining equipped, and fishing poles being put in the flask slot. So I guess they were having problems with the slots. Fixed for pirate doubloons not restoring energy. Never really ran into that one as much. Fixed for updates to the golden thread not propagating to players who have unfinished but updated objectives. That one's just way too, like, that's one of the most... Can anyone else make sense to that? If you can, good. That's it for the patch notes this week, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Would also appreciate if you would smack that like button, share, favorite, and subscribe to Join Team Pixel. Sign on, stay epic, everybody. Believe in yourself.